Welcome back to part 2 of our instructional video on the use of ezfocus's app in the mobile iOS environment. Today we're going to talk about all the other functions that we didn't cover in part 1. Part 1 covers definitely the most important parts like the search bar, the My Store section, and the tabs on an account or stores page. Let's talk about all the other fun tips and tricks. Inside the menu, you'll be able to see all of the other functionality that we're discussing. Let's start from the top down. We already talked about My Stores section and the contacts. Every store has a contact page, but this is where you can come to see all the contacts that are linked to all of your accounts in one place. The My Products tab is a summary of your product's performance across all of the different accounts that are involved in your territory. So if you want to look how a specific brand family is doing or how a specific supplier is doing across all of your territory, including things like sales, distribution, or market share, you can do that stuff from the menu drop down here. Just choose what you like, refresh the table, say just show me my business and my LCBO stores to start. And again, you can use the product search filter bar here to filter things like brand family or different SKUs or anything that contains a certain word. And then if ranking, same again, just click the top of the column. The next thing that we want to talk about is the category analysis. This report works the same way at territory level as it does at account level. So if I'm interested in all of the categories that my brands play in all of my stores, I'm keeping an eye out for that handy red eye, which tells me that there's another layer of data underneath this thing that I see, and I drill down to it by choosing a category that I'm interested in looking at my whole territory and hit the eye, and it drills me down to the SKU level. When I'm at the SKU level, I can see my brands are highlighted in red, and I can compare them to the performance of the category overall as a sum of all the stores or accounts in my territory. Now we're getting to some of the fun stuff. The last few tabs are some of the newer additions to the app in the last year, and I have to say that our web developer and app developer have done a fantastic job. One of my personal favorites is My Reports. The very fastest way to pull up information about a SKU in its totality in the province is by using the newly created Products List module. The Products List module is still in development, so the app functionality actually loads ezfocus web for you so that you can use this module in your Chrome browser. But it's the fastest way to get things like how much inventory is at store level, how much is on order, things like current pricing, licensee pricing, what the different warehouses have in stock, that kind of thing. And then you can just multitask back to your app in one click. The other reports that are going to be added to this section in the coming weeks include the detail call report and the sales and inventory section. My Objectives is the best place to take a look at all the objectives and the totals and your progress to date during the month for all of the objectives that your sales manager has loaded for you. I can take a look at all the current listing statuses and inventory if available. Otherwise, it'll be a 1 or a 0 if there's a wholesale purchase within 6 months, and mark things as planned, completed, and rejected accordingly. Next, in a couple of markets, we've already turned on the functionality to scan a barcode. So if you're standing in a location that has a bottle of wine or a sell sheet with a barcode or a bin tag, you can use ezfocus's app to pull up a top stores report using your camera. One of the most handy things that our users tell us they love about our app is the map view. Map view allows you to visualize your territory perfectly. It allows you to visualize your territory by account class, lets you know if there are alerts on certain accounts, if those alerts exist, and it also lets you identify visualizations for stuff like route planning. I know where I'm going to go today, I know what clusters of accounts exist in that area, and I'm going to go there accordingly. After I open up a location like this, you'll notice there's a very small eye next to the little bubble. If I click the little eye, it will drill me down to that accounts page. So I can drill up and down from accounts directly from the map view. As a final thought, at the beginning of the part 1 of this video on our app, I talked about the things that are best done in the app versus best done in the web. That's only going to come from you after using both for long enough, but I think that you'll find that the app is tremendously useful for doing things like getting into a sales call and getting out of a sales call with as few clicks and page loads as possible. Is that the app does use a cache. The more you use it, the faster things load, and the more things will load offline for you. Thank you, and please enjoy.